Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube series of suicide awareness and prevention. It's been a little bit since I've been on, and it is the morning, and hopefully, it's a good morning for everybody. And wanted to get this video out and my theme that I've been thinking about. And the theme is today for the week is seeing things through. Very difficult when we're struggling and we're having, moments of doubt and we're down, we don't feel our strongest, and it's very important that we see things through to victory, because if we don't see it through, we will never know. Even if there is no victory and there's just compromise or whatever comes out of it, whatever happens in your life and the struggles that you're going through. So, as I've been thinking about seeing things through, when we talk about struggles, and I'm going to get into that a little bit about this, the struggles and the heart, that really shows itself within these struggles. But I also, like to say, when it comes to awareness and prevention, that if you're struggling on this other side of the video, I have to say this, right off from the beginning of these videos, that if you're in a very dark place right now and you're struggling so bad, someone you know is struggling, to share these videos or to tell them to call 911 to really get the help that they need, because if they don't, it could be catastrophic for them and for family members. To get on medication, I highly recommend it. And this is just my opinion and my philosophy about suicide awareness prevention, as I experienced it a few times myself, and very grateful and a lot of gratitude that I'm still here. So, but I do want to say that my program title and what I'm about is your life matters. Your life matters, and never give up. And that's very important to remember when you're struggling, that it does matter. You matter. Your energy, your being, people love you, they care about you, they want to see you prosper, they want to see you happy. So it's very important that we remember that, even in our darkest moment, even when our world's so small and our struggles seem so big. Because everybody has struggles, everybody has worries, everybody has obstacles. And then we experience happiness, and then we experience sadness, and all these things that we have to deal with. And then people, the devilish functions that are against us, and people that are against us, and all the things that come up in this life that we have to battle every day. But I do want to talk about struggle for a second, and how somebody saw something through. And I'm sure you'll remember, I'm sure you remember this person, and historians and so forth in music. Beethoven, right? Beethoven. It's part of my series, of my Living Buddhism series that I read. Not to push my religion on anybody, but the philosophy of Buddhism, and they actually quote some Beethoven, his struggles, which I was unaware of some of it, but his Ode to Joy music that he wrote. Beethoven's Ninth Symphony is the roar of the spirit, the great musical genius who proclaimed at the end of suffering there is joy. It's so profound, but I just want to read this and continue on. Ludwig van Beethoven, 1770-1827, one of the most famous and influential classical composers, overcame tremendous hardships in his life. Despite his early interest and success in music, he gave his first concert at the age of 7. By the time he was in his late 20s, he began losing his hearing. At age 41, he gave up conducting and performing in public, but continued to compose music. It was, however, in the last 15 years of his life that he composed many of his most admired works. His Symphony No. 9 was first performed on May 7, 1824. It was revolutionary work, unappreciated by critics, but welcomed with enthusiasm by the people. And this part here is what really hit home. It is said that Beethoven was completely deaf by this time and was unable to hear the shouts of bravo from the audience. Through his long struggle, he had revealed the triumph of the human heart, opening up a new path, not only for himself, but the development of music and culture. Thus his Ode to Joy serves as a universal symbol of human effort and victory. That, to me, shows another person in deep struggle that turns out to take his suffering and takes that poison and turns it into medicine. And all the things that he did with his music and the heart and showing this victory at the end of the struggle. Win, lose, or indifferent. And we're always about victory in the Buddhist practice, that there can be victory even in losing and even in indifference. Because that's the main thing, is coming out the other side of it. And if we learn something from it, whatever's going on within that struggle, but not giving up, halfway through, not stopping, even in your illness, even in your depression, because that's what I'm about in these videos when people are suffering. And I wish I had somebody 20 years ago speaking to me in the manner of, it's okay. It's okay that you suffer. It's okay, we're human beings, and that we get depressed and we have these things happening to us. And we're not afraid, especially the men. Women are a little bit more emotional and they show their feelings and they can say, I'm scared, I'm nervous. But men have the issue of, I got to be strong in the culture and we have to be manly and we can't ever say that we're weak. Well, you can't say you're weak. You can say, I'm struggling, I'm hurting, I'm suffering, I'm afraid I'm going to hurt myself, I'm scared, I need help. That, to me, is more of a man than any man I've ever known. Someone that could really show who they are and really reveal their true self and show that I'm real, I'm human, and I will be strong again. I will be back in the saddle again, right? The Aerosmith song everybody knows. We're all going to get back in that saddle again. And we're going to have our down days. We don't have to have the persona of, I'm the strongest, I can never show my weakness, because you'll teach others, your children, your loved ones, that we are only human and we do make mistakes, and we want to be forgiven, and we want to do the forgiving, right? Even in our most angriest time, and we're seeing something through, and it's criticizing, or people are against us, or whatever's going on. It's constantly occurring all the time, right? And especially in this society, the critical things that are being said out there, we want to put positive energy towards whoever's leading. I know Trump won the election, and I know a lot of people have it against him, and a lot of people had things against Hillary. But the main thing is, even if you disliked Obama, you still have to give the energy that he does the right thing, that these people do the right thing for us. And that's just, I don't want to get political on anybody, or too religious or anything, but my theme of, the sun rises every day, right? I'm wearing this thing, t-shirt, the Brothers of the Sun. When we hit our darkness, just remember that the sun is always rising. Excuse me. And as the sun rises, we have to rise. We have to bring ourselves up. We have to see it through. What are you dealing with right now? That I don't want to see it through. I just don't want to deal with this. I want to walk away from something. Or I don't want to engage, because on the other side, like with Beethoven, look at the other side. There is joy. So don't give up, right? See it through. Because I don't know what you're struggling with today. You don't know what I'm struggling with. We all have our personal battles that we struggle with, right? It's constant, and we have our happy moments, we have our sad, we struggle what needs, we suffer what needs to be suffered, and we enjoy what needs to be enjoyed. But I want to lift people, I want to inspire people. As an inspirational speaker, that I've been on this theme for many years, even if it's one-on-one, and just started this video series, 20 years later, September 1st of this year, and having the courage to break out and show that, I'm a survivor. My life matters. I don't want to ever give up. And I even didn't give up when it was happening to me. And I was in the doldrums, and I didn't want to live anymore. I still had that little bit of hope. Don't give up, Dan. even as it's happening. You're struggling not to give up, and you're fighting it. And you're fighting it with all your might, and your spirit keeps really pushing. And it says, don't give up. Hang in there. You, on the other side. I'm not talking about people that are listening to me that are healthy or in a good state, but they see someone that's hurting. They know someone's suffering. Share the medical information with them. Tell them to call 911. Get yourself some help. Listen to somebody. Me. There's many inspirational speakers out there. I mean, they might not be strictly on the theme of suicide awareness and prevention, but if someone's not washing every day and they're sleeping every day and they're like down every day for weeks on weeks, something's wrong. Your son, your daughter, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, they matter. You need to walk right up to them and you need to say, are you okay? Your behavior is becoming very systematic. It's very doldrummed. You're down, you're not speaking, you're not smiling. You have to approach these people that are in your life. I know somebody knows somebody out there that's struggling. If you give them my video, you walk right up to them and say, are you going to hurt yourself? Are you thinking about killing yourself? Because if you are, I'm here for you. And I will take you to the doctor. And I will help get you medical help. I love you. And I'll do anything I can to help you. And these are the things that we have to concentrate on. We can't look the other way all the time. Not with the suicide or the rampantness of suicide. And that's just what's reported. 30,000 a year when I did my thing, 20 years ago, wrote a 33-page program in college about suicide awareness prevention. Raised a family of 3 kids. Life catches up. You put things on the back burner. But what matters that you start something now. That something gets started now. Don't keep waiting, right? Now's the time. Even if it's 10 or 15 or 20 years later, now is the time. Now is the time to rise up, step up, show yourself. Show that you can overcome, that you can make it work. You can make your life work. You can make things work for you. And it will happen for you. And the time will come that you'll get on the other side. Look at me. I've gotten on the other side. 2-time survivor. Not that I'm proud of what I've done, what happened. But you know what I'm proud of? That I'm a survivor. Because it's all we got is to survive, right? And more than survive. We want to thrive. We want to polish our life. We want our character to get better every day. We want to improve who we are as a human being. We want to be a little bit more patient with that person. We want to be a little less angry. We do want to apologize, even if someone doesn't deserve it, like forgiveness, an apology. It's good for us to give it and how we look at it and how we start, working through our problems and say, I have to do this first because I have to be the one that changes, right? When we always try to change the other person, see our point of view. 99% of the time, our point of view is what matters, right? We want to see it. We want people to see that our point of view matters, right? But it really doesn't happen that way. Not everybody agrees to us. So as we're pushing for our point of view, we can say it and we give our opinions, but we have to know that everybody has their own. But what we can do is be diligent for our loved ones to say, I'm here for you. I'm here for you. And I'm here for you today in this video. And I'm talking to that person on the other side, the one I really want to get through to, that's in such a dark place. And I'm going to end this video what I've always said. And don't you ever, ever forget it. Even in your worst time, in your most depressed time, in your agony of the struggles you're fighting today and tomorrow, that there is joy on the other side. And you have a winning day. Your life matters, man. And never, ever give up. We'll see you on the next video.